Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy WattsTV, man, and today we have a different type of video. Today we are doing a collaboration video with Sandra Fayé. Sandra, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's very nice to link up and do this collaboration.
Most deaf, most deaf. So, Sandra and I have been in contact. How did you find me, Sandra? Like through the whole fresh and fit bull crap, or
Yeah. Essentially, when all that wildness went down,
yeah,
I had made a video about it, and then I'd also saw that you made a video about it, and so I ended up watching your take on one of the crazy topics that they had. There were so many
I was about to
videos,
say which one.
but yeah, I just left a comment because I agreed with what you were saying,
Mhm.
and it was one of those things where I left a comment. I guess you may have noticed that I had a channel too, and then
Yep.
you watched one of my videos, and it was just like I was like, oh, okay, cool. Maybe I should try to reach out and see if he would like to do a collaboration. And
And
now we're
here
here.
we are. Yeah, most definitely. And it's just funny because we talked before and we actually have a lot of similar interests. Turns out we are both fucking nerds. So, that's dope. So
Yeah, I mean, anime gang gang.
oh, most
We're
definitely.
in here.
I keep telling people that anime is better than like regular drama series on TV on television. So, yeah, most
Yeah,
definitely getting
most
the
of the
anime
times it
thing.
really is.
Most definitely. So I have a question for you, Sandra. So this question has been submitted to me by one of my subscribers. And I've been meaning to do a video on this for a while now, but since I have you here, I was like, we should probably talk about this. Someone asked me how to approach a woman. So this is going to be how to approach a woman one on one. And for those of you who do not know, Sandra actually she actually lives in China right now. So her experiences are different. She has both experiences in the U.S. and in China, so her take should be very interesting. So, Sandra, please tell me, what is it like? How would you prefer a guy to pretty much come up to you? Like how can a guy spit game and you would look at him like, I'll give him a try.
Okay, so one of my biggest pet peeves, I'll just say like some of my pet peeves about when people approach,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll like say what I actually look forward to.
Okay, bet.
So one of my biggest is just like the over complimenting, like just
Mm,
laying it on too thick. Like I remember I was out with this one guy, and every couple of like minutes he would just say how pretty I was, and it was just like I appreciate the compliment, I
yeah.
really do, but after so many times it's like, yo, I already know that you think I'm pretty, we're on a date.
Yeah.
or like um or like you've already approached me, like I get it, like you say it once or twice, that's cool, but like laying it on so thick and
Right.
just like being too heavy with like the complimenting and not really um trying to like get to know that person, like that's just a really big turn off. um Also like corny ass one liners, like that shit is just
Time out.
so annoying.
Guys
Yeah.
really, so I thought, okay, I genuinely thought one liners was like a sitcom thing. Like I thought that was a Hollywood movie
No,
thing. That shit is real.
no, it's real. It is real. I had one guy approach me at this, like it was like this pool party, right?
Hmm.
And I'm on the dance floor with my friend, and we're just dancing together, and this guy walks up, and at first he just starts dancing with me too, like, you know, like that dance where you're kind of like a little bit apart from each other but you're still kind of dancing with each
Yeah.
other. And it was cool, like I was cool with that, that was cool. But then like he asked me, he was like, oh, where's your boyfriend? I know why you're asking. You're fishing. Instead of just asking me, "Are you single?"
Yeah.
You're trying to be slick,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, okay, I see where you're going with this, and I don't like it already. But then I was just, I don't really lie often, so I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm single, and this guy literally got on his knees and thanked his Jesus that I was single on the dance floor. That shit was ugly. It was ugly. Like when I tell you I went into stealth mode, it was the second he turned his head away from me, I was out of there. I was like, I know this guy did not just like drop to his knees and get back up saying thank you, Jesus. Like it's not that deep.
It's it's not, but you know what? Some guys really think that this is funny or like they're being I like cute, I guess, but I would have felt the same way as you. I'd have been creeped out like, bro, like you said, it's not that deep. Get off your hands and knees. Relax.
It was very odd.
Sandra
Um
on his knees thanking God. Oh my God.
it was very odd, and especially on a dance floor at a pool party. Like
Like
you just made me look weird too, because people are seeing you do this in front of me, and they're wondering if we know each other. So I'm just like, I
okay.
did not like that at all.
All right. It
Uh,
most definitely would have been different if he just said thank God. That's why did you have to be extra and get on your knees? Guys, I tell this to men all the time. Bro, just don't be extra, just be yourself. I, why is it so hard to be yourself? Just relax. Do not do anything extra and just introduce yourself. That's it. And just have a general
I,
conversation.
I agree. So I guess it's a great segue into like what I actually think a good approach would be, how I like to be approached. I mean, women are different,
Hmm.
but I think in general, especially with like this whole Me Too woman empowerment bullshit going
Yeah.
on, like a lot of women are on guard for men interacting with us,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
I just honestly like when a guy approaches me, like the best way is to have some kind of common ground already. So honestly, like I don't really go out to clubs that often,
Hmm.
so you're not really gonna see me at a club like that. But if like we're at a place like that's has a mutual like purpose. For example, like if you go to like different cons or like
Gotcha.
events that like it's there's a purpose for that event and there's similar interests revolving around that event,
Gotcha.
that already creates like a baseline of common ground, like,
Okay.
oh, we're at a convention that is focused on, I mean, for example, anime.
Right. So,
You're at a convention, you
y-
can easily come up and talk to somebody about, you know, anime,
right.
and then get an understanding, get a feel for that person, build that familiarity and that comfort.
Hmm.
Because I guess that's like the biggest thing is just like being comfortable, you know,
Yes.
feeling comfortable. And then once you get that level of comfort, then someone asking you to meet up with them outside of that venue is going to be a lot easier because you're already familiar, you're already comfortable.
Good
Um,
point.
but yeah,
So, okay.
definitely no one-liners though.
Yeah. So that's actually a really big one. That's really good advice too. For some reason, I never really thought of that, but I don't know why. But that's dope advice. So, I lost my train of thought for a second, but yeah, guys, there is also a time and place to approach a woman. Um, so I would say if they are busy doing something, especially the gym is not a place to approach women, especially.
No,
Yeah. So, but
no.
here's the thing though. Here's where guys get confused, right? Because I know you have seen a lot of women go to the gym with full faces of makeup. Why are they going to the gym with full faces of makeup if they necessarily didn't want to like, fish for a man or get approached? So, what would you say about that?
Well, I don't go to the gym in makeup. That sounds really stupid to me because at the end of the day, like if you're at the gym, you're gonna be sweating, and
Exactly.
it's gonna, like when you sweat, it's gonna drip down, it's gonna get into your eyes, and if you
Yes.
use a towel, you're gonna wipe it off anyways. So it's just that's just stupid. And honestly, like I'm not a guy, so I can't tell y'all what to do. But if I were a guy, I would not be approaching no stupid bitch in the fucking gym wearing makeup, because that's a red flag to me. You're obviously got something wrong going on, or you're very insecure about something. And I wouldn't want to deal with that shit to begin with. But that's just me. I can't tell y'all what to do. I'm not a man, so I don't know. But I feel like a lot of women, oh, excuse my puppies.
You fine. You fine.
My puppies like to fight, and I rarely ever intervene. I let them assert their own dominance. Yeah, they're both boys. I let them assert their own dominance. They figure out their pecking order, and then I just
let them scrap.
As long as they don't hurt each other, I'm okay.
Somebody has to be the you the alpha, but somebody has to be the beta. You know, somebody has to be the second. You know,
this is true. Idris, stop. But yeah, Idris is the aggressor, so I always have to say his name. My other dog is the submissive one.
Oh, okay.
But back to the whole wearing makeup. I think honestly, like some females, either they're coming. The only pass I would give is if they were coming from work. Okay, so, you know, if you wear makeup to your job and then you go straight from your job to the gym, and then you have it on. Okay, I can kind of understand that, but I think that some women that do that, it's more so just
lazy
insecurities.
Oh, that's
they don't want to be seen. They don't want you to see their real face because they're insecure about it because of all the Instagram shit and you know, like people always using filters over their face. They're not comfortable with what their actual face looks like, and they feel like if other people see it, they're gonna think something, or maybe they have some kind of standard that they're trying to keep up with at all times. It's just that at the gym, I don't understand.
Yeah.
But then again, yeah, no, I don't understand it. I'm trying to like play devil's advocate in my brain.
Wait, hold on. You try to give him you try to give him a pass. Be like, okay, well.
I was trying. I really am. But that's some silly bitch shit. Wait, I don't know. Can I curse in this?
Hell yeah.
Okay, that's some silly bitch shit.
Yeah, I feel you.
going to the gym with makeup on, that just makes no sense to me in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But yeah, don't approach me at the gym. I'm trying to sweat, and the last thing I want is a man approaching me without me actually knowing him and being all sweaty. There's a time and a place to be sweaty with a man. That's not in the gym.
Yeah, you over here just
eating them right off the bat.
Yeah. No. Just got off the treadmill and shit, and you want to approach a woman who breathing like she got a weight problem. Nah, man, that's not the move. But I totally agree with you with the whole, you know, makeup in the gym, because I always thought that was silly too, and I never understood it. But what you said was kind of sad, because it's true. There's a standard these days on, you know, social media. Yeah. And in our society in general of how a person, you know, should look, or what's the popular look or whatever. But here's my thing to the women out there. We are going to see what you look like eventually. So I don't understand that logic, because if you are afraid that we are going to run when we see like how you actually look, it was going to happen like right then and there or after we smash anyway. So
that's true.
Yeah.
That is very true. But I've heard some wild stories. About females, like, you know, going to sleep in makeup.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
You know, getting up super duper early.
Yes.
So that while the guy is sleeping, they can get themselves together and put more makeup on or touch it up so that right before they wake up, they look all fresh. Like, it's just I don't.
Sandra, look, I kid you not. I used to. I'm not even gonna say date. If you just mess around with somebody and y'all are just basically like, you know, just fuck buddies, you wouldn't say date, right?
No.
Okay, right.
No.
Okay.
I would think that date is more like trying to lean towards actual relationship,
Okay,
like
so
long terming.
yeah, that's not what was happening at all. So I was in college and I was just basically, messing around with this chick. And one of the things that was one of the main things that turned me off about her, she would go to sleep in her makeup. And that let me know, oh, you don't care about your hygiene. You don't care about your face because you are going to break out. You're going to be looking like a
That's
whole pizza
facts.
out here. No. You got to care about yourselves. And her room was dirty. I said, okay, your room is dirty, and you don't take care of your face. Her pores were crying. Her pores were saying, "Oh Lord."
Ooh. Oh no. Yeah. Yeah, no. Sleeping in makeup, like
Doesn't even seem comfortable.
it's you know what? I'm not gonna lie, it has happened to me, like when you get so tired,
Right.
but that's not something you do regularly.
She did that
That's
shit
not something
regularly.
that you do regularly. That's like a oh no, like I drank way too much at a bar or a club and I came home and
Pass
I'm
the
just
fuck out.
I was like a half a drink away from being sick.
Yeah.
So I'm passed out and now I have makeup still on my face. Outside of like extreme exhaustion, there is no reason to be going to sleep in no damn makeup.
None
None whatsoever.
whatsoever. All
And
right.
your pillowcases get dirty. Like you roll over it just slightly and then the pillowcase got stains
Yes.
on it.
So, do you do you know how when you get a tattoo, they basically like put the print on there first?
Yeah, yeah. I have
That
several
right.
tattoos.
So that's exactly what that is with makeup on the pillow. Like her face print is in the pillow. Like I can see your entire outline with details. She had 3 moles on her right cheek. So tell me though. Okay, what did you have any more like horror stories or like negatives of like how not to
Oh
approach?
my gosh.
Please share,
Okay,
share, share.
so this is a continuation of the thanking his
A
Lord and
continuation. There's
Savior.
more.
It's a continuation. Okay, so the way this party happened was after the pool party, everyone went to this really popular nightclub called Nine Club.
Okay.
Nightclub called Nine, like the number nine club.
Oh, okay.
And I was there. I was sitting at the table, and he pulled up on me. Like he pulled up, and I was shocked because I didn't expect to see him there.
This is the same guy.
And he was same guy. And I'm very polite.
Hmm.
Outside of like me running away at that moment, like if you're in my face, unless you do something crazy, I'm very polite because I don't like drama. I don't like anything that's gonna just like take me out of my character.
I understand.
So I'm just being polite, very conscious of what I'm saying so it's not misconstrued as flirting. And this guy starts telling me his life story.
Oh my
And
gosh.
and
Oversharing.
wait, but what he shared was at first I thought it was a smoking gun to be able to be like, gotcha. Now I can give you a really good reason why I'm not interested. But he fought me on it. So this guy told me, oh, I have a kid. And I was like, yes, I can tell you, I don't date people with kids, which is true. I
Yeah.
don't date people with kids. I'm not lying. I was like, yes, that's something you could be like, oh, I understand, and
Right.
then move on. This, you want to know what he told me?
What?
This dude told me that it was in his past. Oh, that's in my past. Nigga, what?
Wait. Time out, sir. Wait.
I had to
Like
break.
he dropped his kids off in the past and they never happened. Like they don't exist anymore.
He told me, oh, that's in my past. Don't judge. I'm trying to be honest with you. Don't judge me for my past. And I looked at him, I'm like, nigga, that's your past, present, and future.
Future.
What do you mean? Like, I was like, I wonder if your kid knows that they're in your past. I wonder
Oh.
if your baby mama knows that the child y'all made together is in the past. Like it did not make sense to me. And I'm just like, at first I was like, you know what? I'm just trying to get this dude to, understand I'm not going to be interested in dating him. But after he said that, I went into like social justice warrior mode. I was like, nigga, what do you mean by that child is in your path? You don't plan on taking care of that child? You're
Oh
going to
my
just bring them into the
gosh.
world and just like let them go, you know, I was offended for the kid. And at
This is
that point,
getting
I was
so
just like,
much
you know
worse.
what? I was like, you know what? I'm going to cuss you out on behalf of your child because that was some fucked up shit you just said to me.
Did he
And I
start
was just,
backpedaling? Oh no 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 no.
no, he doubled down and said,
He doubled. I
he
respect him for
doubled
doubling down.
down.
I That is
He
bold.
kept telling me, it's in my past. It's in my past.
But what did? Please tell me you asked him. But what does that mean?
I didn't at that point I saw red. I didn't want to know what else it means. As far as I was concerned, that just registered as you're a deadbeat dad or you're just an asshole or just all the negative things that it could mean is what
True.
was going through my brain.
So if you are telling a woman that you are trying to court, a woman that you are trying to get with, that your children are in your past, what if she wants to have kids? That is an immediate turn off. Hey man, yeah, I did my kids. That was a little mistake. I ain't pull out quick enough. The condom ripped. Yeah, it's in my past though. They over there with their mother. They good. So anyway, what you like to drink?
It was probably like it was one of the worst approaches that I've ever had. And
Wow.
that's saying a lot because people have said some crazy shit to me. But that one was just like I was very offended by that. I was very upset. I broke my character, my calm, collected, polite character to cuss him out. And after that, I got up and walked away and I didn't go back to that section of the club again. I avoided it because I didn't
Wow.
want to run into this crazy mofo again.
And that
It
whole
was
night
nuts.
he was probably still staring at you too. The whole time. Yo, are you good? You having Vietnam flashbacks right now? Are you good?
I'm sorry, but that I felt a little violated after you said
Oh,
that.
I'm sorry. I'm
It hadn't
sorry.
really, I didn't really think of it that way. I thought that as I walked away, it was over. But now that you say that, I feel
I'm
violated by
so
his
sorry.
presence, by his eyes.
I'm so sorry. But how did you not think about that? Dudes are creepy after you walked away. He was probably still thinking, I can still get her. I can still get her.
Oh, poor guy.
That's
Poor
another
guy.
good segue. Overconfidence. So
Mm.
be confident, most definitely, because having a lack of confidence can really turn off a woman, especially if you are unsure about yourself. How are you going to be sure about having any type of companion, whether it's a relationship or even just a fuck buddy situation? If you are very unsure with yourself, then how can you be sure about anything else? But having overconfidence makes you look like a dick. Now, some may really like that. I know some women who like guys who are extremely overconfident. And what's crazy, Sandra? The people, the niggas who are very overconfident are the ugliest dudes. And let me just say this. I'm very comfortable with my sexuality, so I can call a man ugly. I can call a man handsome. I think Idris Elba is a handsome man. I'm just saying. But the ugliest dudes have the most confidence, or the fattest dudes too, and they get the women. They get some. I'm not even gonna say all, but some. But yeah, just don't come off as a dick. Just be yourself. Has anybody ever approached you with a sense of like just arrogance and overconfidence? You have another
Yes.
story?
This one's not. See, honestly, like when people approach me in that way, um, I don't really entertain it because that is a big turnoff. Like the overconfidence, the I already have you mentality.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just, my curve game is pretty strong.
Really?
So, mm,
Okay, so
you know, like that's an instant curve because it's like, you know what, if 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 that's like, I'm trying to figure out how to articulate this in the best way possible.
mm-hmm.
Um, Me, I'm pretty focused on having a relationship that's like actually gonna last. Like I want to get married and things like that. So I'm not really entertaining like casual relations with people.
Right.
So I could see how someone approaching that with that level of confidence, and if they're, you know, at least somewhat attractive, that that would work
Mm-hmm.
for other people. But like for me, I'm thinking more down the line, and I don't know how that kind of like behavior would pan out for like raising kids or living with, you know. So when someone has that kind of like that kind of bravado, mm, I just
I hear
I
you.
just go with I'm not that interested. Or I, you know, I said I lie sometimes. I sometimes I do lie and say I have a boyfriend.
Sometimes you have
But
to though, cause dudes really press you, and to the point where it gets like super uncomfortable. So I feel you. Sometimes you really have to. But it's funny. One,
oh, I do have a story.
go ahead,
I do have a
please
story.
go ahead.
Oh my gosh. So this was back in my last city, back in Shenyang. And I was out with some friends, and we were at the bar, whatever. And the only reason I ever go to these bars is because my friends like to go there.
Right.
It's not my destination of choice, but if I'm not going and hanging out with them, I end up being a hermit and just staying inside my crib
Yeah.
all the time. So I'm like, you know what? They want to go out to the bars. I want to be social with them. Let me just meet them where they're at.
Right.
So, you know, I go to the bar with them, and this guy, he was eyeing me the whole night, and I noticed that it wasn't like creepy, but it was just still like, okay, well, you're not saying anything, like you're not, you know, you didn't walk over,
It just
yeah, like kind of like that. And I go to leave. And so the thing about China is that it's very safe. It's very safe. You can walk home from the bar and not have any issues. And like,
hmm.
I don't really like getting DDs and stuff like that. It's just part of me being an active person.
Yeah.
If I can walk somewhere or ride a bike somewhere, I do. And my apartment wasn't that far from the bar. It was maybe like a 10-minute walk. So I was like, you know what?
Okay.
I'm ready to leave. My friends were still in there partying or whatever. I have a time frame where I'm like, I'm gonna go home at this time. I'm done. And so I go to leave, and he follows me out of the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go to get a bike because I wanted to make that 10-minute walk of
A 5.
4-minute bike ride.
Right. Right.
So I was just like, I was going out there. They have like the bikes that you can rent for like one kwai. I'm trying to scan one, and he walks up to me and he's trying to make small talk. And I wasn't interested, and I tried to like be very polite with him and tell him like, oh, you know, he was asking me all these questions. I was politely answering them. Oh yeah, my name's Sandra. Um, Once he started asking a little bit too many questions, I was like, look, I'm on my way home. I'm just trying to, you know, go home. I'm tired. And he kept pressing me, trying to ask me for more information about
Yeah.
myself. And I'm just like, look, I'm at that point, I'm like, okay, let me just be very blunt and just tell him, look, I'm not interested. I'm just trying to go home right now. And so I say this, and he was like, well, I don't know why you're not, you know, trying to talk to me right now. Like, I don't understand why you're not, you know, answering my questions or, you know, talking to me right now. Like, I don't understand why you ready to go. Like, just stay here for a little bit longer and finish this conversation. I'm like, what?
Nigga.
No. I'm like, I've already scanned the bike
Yeah.
and I'm ready to go home. And so I kid you not, I get on the bike to go, and I start to pedal, and I'm like, why am I not moving? Like, I'm sitting here like moving and I'm like, why is my bike not moving? This nigga grabbed the back of the bike and was like holding it in place. And he was like, nah, I'm not done talking to
Oh
you.
my god.
And I'm like, I it's very scary being a woman because
Yeah.
like men, you guys are just naturally stronger. If things were to pop off, I would have got my ass whooped.
Yeah.
But in that moment, I became a whole new person. I started cussing him out as if I was like some nigga from New York or some shit. Like I was cussing him out. And I was just like, I don't understand. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And
Black Air Force
he's
energy.
arguing with me back and forth. And I'm like, let go of my fucking bike. I'm trying to go home. And eventually he did let go of the bike and I was able to leave. And I dipped. I have never pedaled that fast in my life. You would have thought I was in a race with somebody. It was insane. But after that, I was just like, what in the actual hell? Like you're so confident that you think even arguing with me and like telling me that I'm gonna finish this conversation with you was gonna work, that you were gonna get some kind of favorable outcome doing that shit with
Right.
me. And I just that blew my mind. I had never had anyone try to like force me, like physically force me to stay and have a
My
conversation with them.
my man said, where the fuck you think you going? No, you gonna talk to me. Talk to me. So he really thought
Like,
that extra like maybe what 2 minutes or so that he was gonna get out of you because you still wanted to go home even if you did stay there and talk to him. He thought that was really gonna make a difference. He was gonna that was gonna be
he
his
really
pitch.
did.
He was gonna try to sell himself. Wow.
He thought he was able to be like what they do in the movie with the sell me this pen. He thought
Sell
he
me
was
this
gonna be
bit.
able to do that with the relationship. This nigga thought he was Wolf of Wall Street. No, nigga, please let go of this bike so I can leave. I was done. I
That
was so done.
yeah, that's
But that was
wild.
scary. I'm not even gonna lie. Like
Yeah.
that was terrifying.
I bet. I mean, it sounds scary. If I was a woman, I'd be very very scared myself. But see, guys, that overconfidence shit. No, just be normal. And I can even use Fresh and Fit as a goddamn example of this too, because
Oh,
them niggas are so overconfident just because they have money. So I interviewed one of the girls who was like recently on that show, Goose Day,
mhm.
and she told me, first of all, my suspicions were right. They have zero game, and just because they have money, like they think that they can treat like a woman a certain way, which isn't the fucking case. So they do the same thing that niggas do, but they do it more often just because they think they don't have to put in that much effort because they have that that like a large amount of clout. So he texted her sister like 3 in the morning and saying, what you doing, and she didn't respond. And I have accounts of other women who have also been on the show that I've talked to, of especially Walter basically saying, hey, you want to take a ride, you want to take a ride in my Lamborghini? Oh, I'm a CEO, I'm this, I'm that. My nigga, no one really cares. I mean, sure, if a woman wants some money, if that's your burning desire, if you want some money, then sure. But don't hey don't be confident just because you got a little bread, all right? Just be cool.
Oh
Matter of
my
fact, don't
gosh.
even mention money. Don't even mention what you have. Just relax. Act like a normal human being. And that's it, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, honestly, I knew that well, Myron for
For
certain didn't have
sure.
any game because he had posted this video like before their show really took off, and it was like, how to cold approach. It was talking about cold approaching or some
Mm-hmm.
whatever the weird red pill term that they had
Yeah.
for talking to a woman.
Yeah.
Okay. And even the female that he had in that video was like,
Yeah.
it was it was hilarious. Like
Yeah.
the weird things he was trying to have, the weird like little phrases and things that he was saying. I was just like,
What the fuck?
I know good and well that shit is not working on any baddie or whatever female you
No.
talking to, unless she is just desperate, has not seen a man ever,
Or
has
or just
never been
wants or
approached
just
by a
wants some clout.
man.
If
But
she knows you have clout.
oh, even then, that shit, that saying when you not to say that they're heroes or by any means of that word, but
Mm-hmm.
that saying of you never want to meet your heroes and be disappointed. that would be a situation where you think they have all this clout and then they say some goofy ass shit to you and you're
Like, ooh.
like it would be one of those situations with
Yeah.
the type of things that he was saying in that video. So, and that video was out like a long time ago. Not long, but like maybe like 10 months ago, maybe even a year.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
And it was a train wreck. He had several videos like that. So it was already kind of out there that they didn't have game, but you know, I feel like some men are just very um lacking of like male mentorship. And so they go
Yes.
on, you know, they go online and then they see, oh, this person, you know, they have this many followers, they're getting this many views. What they say has some kind of validity based on those numbers
Mm-hmm.
and not based on the quality of what they're actually being told. And
Exactly.
they latch on to that because they don't have that kind of masculine mentorship in their life to like kind of guide them in the right direction.
Yeah.
So it's ooh.
Yeah, I would have to agree. But you know what? I'm not gonna harp on them for too long because then I'll have more of their dick riders come in my comments. You just keep pressing Fit's name out of your mouth. I'm like, all right, bro, whatever. But anyway, please tell me, and this is gonna be the last topic. So please tell me the key differences between Chinese men and American men and how they approach you. I'm so curious.
Well, so the thing is, with Chinese men, especially as a black woman, oftentimes when they do approach you, it's on some fetish bullshit.
Yeah.
It's very very salacious.
Mhm.
It's very sometimes it's very difficult to even understand because their English is very broken.
Yeah.
Um usually the Chinese dudes that have better English skills, like they're not really walking up to you saying crazy stuff. You know, they're just being regular. But the ones that do are usually like mid 30s in or up
Hmm.
and heavily intoxicated. And you know they're heavily intoxicated here because when the Chinese men here get really drunk, they lift their shirts up to like right under here and they just walk around with their bellies out. That's how you know they're drunk because they're trying to like I don't know why. I don't know what the maybe it's like to release excess heat or something. I'm not sure. But they'll walk around like that. And then like when they talk to you, like it'll just
Wait, wait. They talk to you with their shirt up here, and they're trying to have a They trying to have a dead ass conversation with you. They trying to hit on you with.
well, it's a cultural norm here. Like you'll see
I
that
get it.
often.
I get it. But for you, who somebody who grew up in the States, a man talking to you with a self-made crop top is. Yo, that is not desirable. That's interesting. Oh, okay. So, what would be like a I would hope they don't have one-liners, but what would be like their how should I say? What is the selling point of most of them?
They try to get you drunk.
Okay.
They just try to like give you alcohol because a lot of them don't really speak the English like that. Once you talk about like the older guys, like they
Yeah.
don't really speak English like that. And so they're just like say maybe the few words that they do know and then they'll just try to shove alcohol into your face. But then like going off of like the whole fetish thing,
Mhm.
you know, if they do know enough English to kind of make comments about your how you look physically,
Yeah.
they will say some real ratchet shit to you about your body, or like they'll make a comment about like how like they'll do like that kind of like black goddess talk, like that.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
like
Yeah, that's real
it's
cringy.
it's very cringy.
Yo.
Like, can you imagine a Chinese man with their, you know, that's a little overweight, you know, a little overweight, got the dad bod, shirt up to here, you
That
know,
is
alcohol in both hands, calling you a black goddess, barely calling you that because the English is kind of fucked up.
right.
So it's just it's not good.
I
I don't know who
understand.
that works on,
Yo,
but it's
I have this image in my
Wild.
head of
It's
a
probably accurate.
of a Chinese man just trying to give you a drink and just trying to like relate to you somehow. Lil Wayne, like Lil Wayne. Hmm?
Oh, they definitely do that too. They definitely do
See?
that too. Uh, yeah, they'll anything that is like remotely like anything that's heavily associated with Black culture, the
Yeah.
most degenerate shit, they will assume that you participate in that. I'm sure if you ask any Black man that is in China, they've been asked about being a basketball player or, oh, you play
Oh my
basketball? Like
gosh.
every, yeah, yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
why? God damn it! Why though? All right, so I'm not tall. I'm 5'5". So I'm a black man. If I'm in China, they still gonna ask me if I play basketball.
Yes,
Oh
yes,
my gosh, that is incredibly
yes.
racist, but at the same time, fucking hilarious. I would laugh every time. Like, nigga, no, I don't fucking
Yes.
play basketball.
they
Oh.
they will they will assume as much.
Okay.
Okay, they will assume. And even with you being 5'5", you're taller than they are most of the time here. So
Damn, really? Huh.
yeah,
Might have to
they're
move.
very little here.
Might have to
And I'm
move to
not saying
China.
that to be racist. I'm just making an observation. Okay, I'm making an observation about what I've seen.
Look, out of the things that we said already, somebody's gonna come in the comments. I promise you. You guys are racist, man. I already know.
You know what? And like the thing that is so jacked up about that is it's not racist. I'm not exerting any power over these people,
Yeah.
nor am I going around disparaging them and just like I'm just saying what I've seen.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with like stereotyping because I'm sure you hadn't heard some of the things that I said like in
No.
regards to the culture. So it's not stereotyping. These are things that I've witnessed
Right.
enough for it to become a pattern.
Right.
Okay. So and that's just the culture here. So like it's just different. I'm sure that Chinese women don't see it as weird. They don't
I'm
they don't
sure.
find it odd. So that's okay. It's okay for us to have different cultures and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's okay to kind of poke fun at it or whatever. But at the end of the day, this is their hometown. I'm on their court. Okay, so that's how they play. I'm just observing and reporting back. So
Okay. So so since the English is pretty much not there, would you say the majority of the time?
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah, majority of the
since the English isn't there majority of the time, then the key differences between Chinese men and American men are just blatant. Would you say Americans are way more abrasive?
time. Hmm. I would say that mm, honestly, like the Chinese men that I've talked to that actually have like decent English, they're a little bit more casual about it. It's
Okay.
the ones that, like I said, that are older, that don't really have good English and they fetishize you.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I'm talking about previously, but the few that I have talked to, not in like a dating way, but like
Right.
we're both standing in front of each other, you're talking to me. Um, their English is decent and they come off as very regular. Um, it's not really the young ones that are fetishizing, that's the thing.
I find that
You
very
know,
interesting.
it's not really the younger ones. They're more so like approach you trying to talk to you and like actually like have a conversation. However, the likelihood of them actually wanting to have like a meaningful relationship, it might not be fetishizing, but it might just be like, oh, temporary situation, but not necessarily just like I want to have this under my belt that I fucked a Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's more like the older Chinese men that have
Huh.
that weird like thing. The younger ones that I have had conversations with, they just talk to you regular. They just talk to you regular. They want to know like, where you're from and how you're, adapting to living in China, like
Mm-hmm.
just regular conversation.
Hmm.
Um, but to kind of point out like the differences between like the experiences I've had in China versus the experiences that I had in the States, I feel like with um, dating in China, everyone really sees it as when you're a foreigner, everyone really sees it as like temporary, as
Oh,
if like a
fair.
vacation. You know, like you go on vacation and there's certain people that are around you just because of that vacation time, and or like you know people go on cruises and you're stuck on there for 3 days a week, um, or you're at a resort or something. It's temporary and
Mm-hmm.
everyone knows it's temporary. So people when they're out here dating in China, they're not really trying to like connect with you or look for something more long term. It's all like hookup culture. Hookup culture among foreigners is very deep here.
Yeah.
In my last city, there was like several foreign men that all the well not me, but like all the not that I'm like some kind of fucking unicorn or some shit, but just because I'm a hermit, I don't go out.
Yeah.
But that almost like all the females, like all the foreign females, well, black foreign females were all fucking. Like I remember, I kid you not, I was out with two friends and they were having a conversation. And during the conversation, they realized that they were talking about the same guy.
Ha. R. Kelly Usher type shit. Uh,
It was insane. Like it's more of just like a hookup culture. Like, and I get that that's everywhere, but it's amplified here because of you never know when people are gonna leave and go back to their home countries or whatever. They see it as just like a hookup and that's it. And trying to find a meaningful relationship out here is very difficult, extremely difficult.
okay.
Whereas in the States, you have a little bit better option for
Damn.
people actually that are living there.
Because I, damn, because dating here, especially like I hear and I watch a lot. Dating here is hard in itself. So for you to say that there are more options here, that's crazy. And I feel like there's a whole lot of hookup culture here too. Because I mean, it doesn't seem like anybody wants anything to really last nowadays. But then again, what should you really respect? I mean, expect if you're using like Tinder, Bumble, and all those apps. You know we know what those apps are for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People try to lie.
That's what I'm
No, nigga,
saying.
you trying to fuck.
Like,
Stop.
yeah, my
Stop.
nigga, you are not looking for no fucking wife on Tinder. Come on, let's be
And
honest.
if you are, then
Good luck. Good luck. Because while she is talking to you, she is also talking to three other dudes, and she's weighing out her options. But
those are facts.
yeah, but no one really, wants to acknowledge that. But yeah, I appreciate this. That was that was very interesting. Some real key differences, some crazy stories, and some dope views. So in a nutshell, guys, just at the end of the day, be yourself. And if yourself is creepy, just don't talk to females at all. All right, with that being said, Sandra, I appreciate you. Guys, please do me a favor and subscribe to her channel. I will have a link to it in the description down below. This was great. Sandra, if you want to plug anything else, then please do so.
Um, yeah, I mean, you can find me Sandra Fayé on YT for YouTube as well as my Instagram. I will give you a heads up. My Instagram is not a thirst trap. You will find selfies and pictures of food, maybe a couple pictures of my puppies, and then things related to my YouTube channel. So I just want to give you that
The
disclaimer.
disclaimer:
If you go on there thinking you're gonna see
ass
ass
and
and titties,
titties.
you're not. So I'd rather not have you click on there and be disappointed. It's selfies, food, things related to my YouTube channel. But I try to take nice pictures. I try to take
Yeah,
nice pictures.
I'm like,
But
damn, ass and titties are the norm, huh? Jesus.
it's the same name, Sandra Fayé on YT. And yeah, you can find me on there. If you also want to connect with me, I'm very heavy on the Amazing Lucas channel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a moderator there. I go live on the panel often. and I'm very active in the chat. So if you're interested in linking there as well, you can find me there.
Nope.
So
And
that's
you will be able to find her on Chinese sugar daddy site. Now, please do not forget to share, like, and subscribe, guys. I really appreciate it. Chinese men, hit up Sandra. Peace.